Good evening. Let's lower the music a little bit. There we go. Much better. It's Thursday, May 14. Doing another live session. Office development this time. Continuing our upgrade from .NET 2.2 to 3.1. For the Office add-in repo from Microsoft, I pushed in a pull request, but it's not yet approved, I think. But let's first start the show. Here we are again. Let's put in the code window and see where we can go today. Let's first pick up my notes and go to the GitHub repo from Microsoft. Somewhere over here, I think. That's a big font. Let's make that a little bit smaller. I think it's still visible for everyone. Otherwise, let's make it a little bit bigger. So what do we have here? The PnP-OfficeAddins repo. And let's see. 12 branches, samples. On the samples we have 4 pull requests right now. One of them is mine. Fancy fix. Make readme clearer. Let's have a look at mine. I pushed in a pull request for .NET Core 2.2 to 3.1, but that's on the TypeScript sample. Let's go back a little bit in here. Office ASP.NET Core add-ins. I updated this one, TypeScript version. Let's see what's in the documentation over here. ASP.NET Core, React JS and Office UI Fabric, sample task pane project for Office Studio 2019. And here's somewhere a note for 2.2, so I need to update that as well. I don't think I did that. I have to get used to my headphones. Let's see. Known issues. If you're using VStudio Update 3 on Windows 10 1903. Pushed in at September 23 for the first time. Let's have a look. Put this in. Let's first start Tower. It's a tool that I try to use with GitHub a little bit and see how that's working for me. Usually I do it with the Git command line. That might be easier if you use the UI for this. And let's go to the repositories. I think it's this one. No, this one. Let's open it. Here you see the origin. I have one pull request, I think. Right now the master. There we go. Pull requests. Is that pulled in as well? Doesn't show the pull requests. So let's create a branch first. Here's my my own pull request. Let's make a new branch. .NET 3.1. Not TypeScript, JavaScript. The new branch will automatically push and pull from the entered branch. Starting point master, create branch. So did you already register for the build conference next week? Here's my branch. There we are. Working copy. Show non-modified items. Oh. It's all about these samples in here. This one, .NET Core React add-ins. Reveal in Explorer. This one. So only this one has a GitHub repo, I think, in there. Let's see. This is an individual project on itself. Let's see how that's done. The JavaScript item. Okay. Let's have a look at GitHub my fork. We better have a look at the pull request, I think. This one. Let's open this on my other screen. Let's have a look at the changes in here. There. So these changes should probably also be done in the JavaScript version. So let's get into this one and go to code. Code dot. Have a look at. Oh, actually, this is. Let me check. It's a Fish Studio project. Close this. And close this again. Open this with Fish Studio 2019 preview. Take this away a little bit. No, we don't need the collections right now. Come on, open it. Finish. Where's my Object Explorer? Solution Explorer. There it is. So let's open the project first and have a look at this one. Compare it to this. So this means we need to update this one to 3.1. Remove the ASP.NET Core part. That's this one. Then we have to bring in the new services. Packet references. This is done by the Nuget manager. NuGet manager. Let's see. Let's close this one again. Save. Manage NuGet packages. None. Maybe that's client-side libraries then. No. So why it's not showing the NuGet packages in this case? Because I already deleted it. Let's find the Microsoft SPA services. That's the one. .3.1.4. It's already updated. Okay. Install. Okay. Hi Ethan, how are you doing? wonder why I know your name. A little bit distracted. Accept this one and pull in the other one. Microsoft ASP goes extensions. How are you doing? Did you already register for a build next week? The online version of the big conference next week. What I'm working on today, let's if you had hit the Bang project, and you see I'm updating the Office repo. It's actually the PnP-OfficeAddins repo that we discussed yesterday in the call as well. And I updated the TypeScript part of this. And I think I have it over here as well. The Excel TypeScript item. And now I'm doing the same for the JavaScript part. So I'm upgrading it from .NET 2.2 to 3.1. I have to change over the extensions. You can see my pull request for the TypeScript version, where you see I upgraded it from .NET Core 2.2 to 2.2 3.1. And now doing the same for the JavaScript version. I added the pull request already 28 days ago, I think, to Microsoft, but it was not adopted yet, so I just continue with it with the next part. And hopefully they will put that in. Latest stable version 3.1.4. What's the version in my pull request? 3.1.3. See, in a month time, it's already, my pull request is already outdated. Install. Do this. Accept. So now, if I open the project, it should give me the somewhat same as the other one. There you have it. Like this. And then that's all for the project file. That was kind of easy. Close the project file. Now go to the, what is it? The package.json in the client app folder. Package.json. And this is actually easier to do in Visual Studio Code. So let's close this. Save it. Why is it trying to save it as something different? Wait, that can't be right. Close this, save, close. Solution. Sure, no. Let's not save the solution then. What's your technical background? Where are you a Microsoft Office guy? A new VBA? And were you a JavaScript guy? I have a computer science background, but I started essentially with indeed VBA programming, and but moved to C#. Actually, first C++, C#, and more like that. And now, because the Office add-ins are now forced to JavaScript, I'm also forced into Office JS, JavaScript version for Office, and trying to get my way in there. So let's go to the command line. Code. Starting Visual Studio Code for this, and now we have the same thing over here. But now we have in the client app, already noticed two changes over here, the project itself. Three changes that we did already. Not sure why the lib manager is in there. Oh, it's probably pushed in by the component. Require assets to build and debug are missing. Yes, let's add that. Go back to in here, package.json, and in here, because we have the extension for the version lens, it now updates all the versions. If I select this, and let's have a look at the change in here. Make this a little bit. You notice Bootstrap 4.3.1. It's already now 4.5. So see, that's also updated already. And Core.js also updated. Oh, that's the removed one. These are the removed ones. You have to look at this one. Bootstrap 4.4.1. It's now 4.5. Core.js 3.6.5. Maybe I can put this a little bit to the side. Yes, I work for the big accountancy firm, and I really don't do much office work there anymore. I actually do more things like managing a group of people in India. Let's see, Core.js 3.6.5, ES 6 promise 4.2.8. Yeah. jQuery 3.5.0, 3.5.1, so that's already updated. Office UI 7 is now 7.1.1.3. I'm not sitting still there. 16.8, 16.13.1. Yeah, so because the real reason I do this, the live streaming, is forcing me to actually do development, because my daily job moved completely from development to management, and get my feet in the ground. I still do this React DOM 13. That's this one. It's already selected. Then we go to the router. This one, 5. It's already updated. React scripts 3.4.1. This one. React strap 8.4.1. Rimref 3.0.2. Then the dev develop dependencies 2.5.1, 2.5.3, 0.5.31, 1.95. Maybe it's easier if I just go and have a look at this. ES6 promise, that's not in here at all. I think that's already outdated as well. Office.js 199, 114, that's almost close. React 935. Types React 16.9.8. Come from a VBA background, so I'm learning TypeScript and React so I can upgrade my custom applications for my company. Well, you will find it's fairly complex if you and a big change for you if you're used to VBA, because it's a complete different beast, this Office.js stuff. Because actually just a web developer, Cross M702, that's the one, this one. You're actually completely developing a website. ESLint 6.8. I didn't bring in the 7 over here. Let's try to bring in the 7. 521 470. Plugin import. 623. That's that one. 719. It's already 720. So we actually need to update my pull request as well. So that's a challenge on itself. Hot reloader 412.21. This repo from Microsoft is really outdated. What did I miss here? Yes, promise. I think that's obsolete by now. Promise in here. Here. That's deleted as 0 series 32. I think that was obsolete. If we try to build this, then probably will give an error. Save this. Control tick for the terminal. Let's first do the npm install. Oh, we go to the client app. Learning curve very steep. Yeah, it is. I'm from the Netherlands. That's this little country in the at the North Sea, close to the UK. Where are you from? npm install. Let's see what the messages are for the npm stuff. I also remember there's some security issue that we need to fix, maybe. Detroit. I've been to Detroit. Going to the auto show in the. It's been a long time already ago. I was there just before, just after 9/11. Me and my wife were there for holidays. We arrived on 9/10 in Chicago. And we traveled all the way from Chicago up to Canada on the Detroit side, and then back on the west coast through Boston, New York, Washington. But that was that was a real X-Files scenario where where the towers went down by the attack, and everything was locked down. We drove to Chicago that day, and everyone was driving out of Chicago, and we were one of the only ones driving our car in the parking lot, and everyone else was going away because Chicago has the Sears Tower, and it's I think the second highest tower in the U.S. next to the Twin Towers. So they actually thought the Sears Tower was next. Yeah, so we hired a car and then went all the way up to, first to Detroit. Interesting area with the. There's also a Deloitte office in there, next to the auto the conference area. Yeah, Chicago is completely crazy. We planned to go to like the TV shows from I think from Oprah and that, like things like that, but that was all cancelled. It was somewhat similar to what we now have with the Corona crisis. That everything was everything came to a full stop, and it's crazy. The Renaissance Center, yeah. I'm not sure if they're still in the same area at this time, or is they still, or did they relocate maybe? So you have 2 vulnerabilities, and let's see what's in there as well. Let's do the NMP, NPM, NMP, NPM audit fix. 2 vulnerabilities, 1 low and 1 high. Yeah, so it was crazy times. The day that we went into Chicago, people were standing in front of the shops where the televisions were running all day, and there were only a few people standing there watching the news. Fix 0 of 2 vulnerabilities. So why is this npm thing not fixing it? There's the ESLint thing. ESLint plugin 233 requires a pair of ESLint 5, 6, but it's not installed. None is installed. I think one of these things was obsolete. Skipping optional dependency. FS events. Let's have a check what we have in the original one. Let's close the terminal a little bit here. This one. Pull this aside. Giant supplier for Ford. I actually enjoy cars, but as you see, everyone is moving to electric cars. So I also have an electric car, and the Nissan Leaf. It's already 2 years old by now, so there's the driving distance is not that big. You have to put it on the charger a lot. But for the distance in the Netherlands, that's not a real issue. Let's check which items are still in here. We have Bootstrap, Core.js, ES Promise. jQuery, Office UI Fabric, React Bootstrap, DOM. Yeah. Then we continue with Router Bootstrap. That's the one that's not changed. It's the only one. Router DOM, scripts, React strap 302. And the dev dependencies, I think that was the issue. Core.js. No, let's take what's left in here. Core.js, E6 collections, E6 promise, that's gone. I think that was included in the main project already. Office.js, Office Runtime, React DOM, React Auto Reloader, AGV, Babel, ESLint, CrossEnv, ESLint 7. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a newer version. Config React. No. Flow type import. This one, React Auto Reloader, and TypeScript. Why is TypeScript in this? Oh, yeah, that's a logical thing because TypeScript is not in here. Let's try to build it and see if that actually works. npm start. Oops, there you go. There you go, ESLint. React scripts package provides create React app require dependency 660. Don't try to install it manually or package manager, blah blah blah. However, a different version was detected higher up in the tree. Yeah. I can't wait to get an electric car someday. My company actually produces aftermarket cars and trucks. Considered an OEM. People purchase cars, they get the Ford warranty. Oh, okay. If you ever bored one day looking at cars, check out the Roush Stage 3. What is that? Is that a car? No. Supercharger. Oh, really? Wow. That's crazy. I actually did my honeymoon in. I was married in Disney World, Florida, in the wedding chapel in Disney World, and from there we did a round trip around Florida in a Mustang, a red Mustang. But it's actually not the kind that you see over here. This is crazy. We'll have a look at it after after the stream. Make a note of it. Put it in my notes. Cool. It's very fast, the Mustang. Downside of the Mustang is that it's not really suitable for your suitcases. So we had to struggle to put in our suitcases in the back. Luckily, we didn't have kids at the time. So this is complaining on ESLint required ESLint 660, not 66. Number of the devil. React scripts package provided by React scripts, but that was not. There's no new version for scripts, I think. React scripts. Google. ESLint. What's it complaining about? 7700. 700. No, that's supporting JSX syntax is not the same as supporting React. Let's see what was in my pull request for the 680. So that should work. 680. 680. Where is it? Come on. Here. 680. npm install. How long have you been working? Well, next year 25 years already. So I started in 1996 somewhere. Still have vulnerabilities. npm start. I think it's starting. Yes, it's starting. But probably it won't run because I didn't make the code changes yet. Just the libraries. Loading is very slow. It's actually loading. Okay. This will keep on rotating until it's loaded within the Office environment, like WinWord. Blank document. I think it doesn't have an add-in installed in here. So let's first create some code changes in there so we can run it in the Office environment. Actually, I'm a software development. I started as a one-man shop software developer, and I'm now part of the audit function. Let's see. I have to go to my PR and go to the next one. Go to the app test. I think that's not needed to change. Let's go in there. Assets, no, not assets. Components, app.js, and here This is actually okay for the JavaScript part. It's a bit difficult keeping it all in one screen with a large font for everyone to look at. So what's the change in here, by the way? Just a couple of spaces, really. Like render. Oh, that's not VisStudio. Let's get back to VisStudio. Maybe that's easier to show. Go back to Tower. Can you please give me a description of what .NET Core really is? Don't touch the package.json file much since I'm newer. .NET Core is actually the the XPlat multi-platform system for the .NET environment. It's capable of running your applications on Unix, Mac, Windows, and whatnot. And it should even be running on mobile. So, but usually they use the Xamarin and stuff for that. Go to the working copy. So up to now for Office development, you had to build your applications with VisStudio tools for Office. But that's for a couple of years now in maintenance mode already. So, and then they decided to move full focus on the Office JavaScript part. But that's not going as fast as I would like it to see. Reveal and Explorer. Go to the JavaScript version, then the project. Well, VBA is completely COM+ based, so that's a complete different beast. So this is actually the third level of Office development. I think we started with Visual Basic for applications, and then that moved to VisStudio tools for Office, and VisStudio tools for Office is actually the full .NET framework based. But it's a lot easier to develop because you could either use VB.NET or C# for it. Yes, I'm a Microsoft FB. I've been a Microsoft FB for 14 cycles now, and so hopefully in July we'll get the 15th. It's still going through, but well, let's see. Let me go to the app. I think it was component. This one. Let's have a look at the other one. Changes over here. So actually this is not an important create element. Create element. It's not even in here. Hero list item. Why is the hero list item as defined but never used? Okay, they don't use it. This one looks a little bit different. Why is this? This is Excel. Oh, the other one was Excel as well. Yeah. That's interesting. So let's check Excel then. The add-in is running in here. Don't think so. Okay. I'm looking something different. Oh, it's a test. This one doesn't have a test, I think, components. There's no test in here. Okay, so we don't have to fix this. This one. This is the app TSX, and that's the equivalent for the TypeScript version. Let's go back here. What did change in here? Was it just a space again? That's the same as I did over here. Not that interesting. Also, the title. Oh, spelling title in here. And that's the difference with JavaScript. With TypeScript, TypeScript you needed to specify the type, especially for what's in there. In this case, you have title and initialize, not specifying that it's a string and a boolean. Have you played with Microsoft Graph at all? Yes, a little bit. The hard part of Microsoft Graph, especially within an enterprise organization, is that a lot of this information is locked down by the enterprise. So I did some tiny tests on my personal account, but that's quite limited. The hero list item is that in here? App state, do we have an app state? Nothing. Component did mount. Is that in here as well? No, we don't have it in here. Completely different. There's the render part. Must be somewhere else. Get selected range. This is the display part for return div class. That's this one. So I did. Does it indicate so many changes in here? There you have it, the Office initialized part. Why is it? This is a complete difference over here. Why does it show there's a difference? Because there are not that many changes in here. The one thing I was confused about with TypeScript and the Excel custom function API, how can you declare something as a range in TypeScript? They only give JavaScript a sample and I still can't figure out how to use it even. I think maybe, I'm not sure if I have a range example in my gists. GitHub AFVSTAM. Oh, gist, maybe. Yeah. There's a Word. So most of the examples are from Word, I think, in my case, because I've been testing it in most part for the Word side. Yeah, so there's nothing in here. Excel, TypeScript, script, I, range. Yeah, so the range is actually just a var. So you don't have to specify it in JavaScript. And the thing that you do is you specify the range in this example, and you have to load it before you get the information into the range environment. And from there on, you can use this range to do more things. So maybe after, probably the range is also in my project that I'm currently moving over, because there should be something in here that actually colors a range blue. No, then it's probably yellow. Yeah, there you have it. So actually you notice in here, this is JavaScript version TypeScript. This one is actually getting the selected range and then loading it again. That's important that you have to load it. You always have to load the range first before you can do things with it. In this case, the color is set to yellow. You will see it if I have it running in a couple of minutes. This is what I'm talking about with the shared runtime, working with stuff in the sheet. Yeah. The benefit of VBA is that it's all in the context of the host application, and JavaScript is completely outside of Office and interacting with the Office.js interface of Office. Let's get back to where we were over here. So a lot of changes, while there actually is nothing changed if I look at it. So I'm not sure why. This was changed just from 1 or 2 lines into 4 lines, because the prettifier changed it over. Let's see if I can find the rendering here. There it is. Yeah, so this was compacted into 1 line. Let's see. So this is actually not changed at all. Const title, Office initialized this props. That's the same. If it's not initialized, there's this one. Oh, it's a little bit big. Call Microsoft Excel APIs from a custom function. call Office APIs, you need a context. Yes, the context is requested. And this is the functions are running within the Excel range. Limitation calling Office.js through custom function. Don't call Office APIs for a custom function that change the environment of Excel. This means your custom function should not do anything of the following: insert, delete, format cells, change another cell's value. Yeah, it always runs in the context of the specific cell itself. It looks quite limited if you ask me. Yeah. Let's get back to the other one. Not initialized, return progress, title, there's nothing changed. Please site load. Here I changed the color yellow. Is there an async? Yeah, there's an async in here. So this is this part here. What's up there? Component did mount. This is the part with the items. Here. So this is basically like a function feature in VBA, I think. So it looks like you should be able to do a VLOOKUP in a custom UDF. Yes, no, that's true. And I experimented with a little bit with it, and I think the function are kind of, it's basically limited to collecting a value from another location and putting it in a calculated form into the current cell. So if you want to do more like changing the sheet, you should be going through the add-ins more like that. Let's see. This was just a space. This was just a space. That was the initialization from the items. Why is that on a different location? List items, that's this one. That's this one. Constructor props context, super context, same thing. State is list items, there's an initialization of the list. Component, that's this part, skip all of this. Component is mount, set state, list items. Ribbon, I think there's not much to change in here. Actually, for some reason, the brackets were changed. Just from location, I think. Yeah, the aligning of the brackets was changed in the other one. So not really a change in there as well. Let's go in here. Click async, await Excel run. This is actually where Excel is picking up its context. And then const range, that's this one. Get selected range, not changed. Then load it. Then filling the color with yellow in this case. Same here. we have only one way to sync. It was kind of strange because the original one had a sync too much, I think. Also log range was blah blah blah. Then the error, same thing. Then we go to the rendering. Nothing wrong there. Initialize progress. Nothing wrong over here. No need to change anything. And here we did change a little bit because I changed the text. And let's do that in here as well. Logo, title, welcome. Logo, title, welcome. And this is the text that we are going to display. So React uses interfaces, and so does TypeScript. Well, I think well, TypeScript, React is basically just a different way of notation, and it's translated by the Babel system. You'll see in the package.json, you see this, all this Babel stuff. This one, Babel, and should be something else there. But it's translating it all back to JavaScript when it's in runtime. TypeScript is actually doing something similar, but it's yeah, it's a complete different thing. Let's get back to the change thingy. Here, state list items. Modify source files. I think nothing else was changed in here. Modify source file. Click run. That's also in here. Oh, so in here. Action button type hero. Icon props. Just. This is one line. On click this click run button. Click the click run button. That's in there as well. So that's it for what's it called? App.js, I think. Yeah, app.tsx. It's the TypeScript version. And this is the JavaScript version. So it should be now functional. Next, a lot of changes that are actually no changes. Then go to the index.tsx, and that's just some text change. Index.js. I just changed the text somewhere over here. Title here. Copy to indicate that it's actually a 3.1 version. That's it for index. Then program CS. Let's see if that's in here. That's in there. This one will have the major change, I think. So as you can see, this is not really needed. Take that out. Oh, that's it. Not much to change more than that. Then go to the README file. Is there a README in here as well? Yes. there's not much in here. TypeScript version. Huh? TypeScript version Office add-in that uses ASP.NET Core. Not sure why there's a space in there. Maybe otherwise it turns into a link. Let's see. If I look in the other one, if I take out the space, not really changing anything in here. Let's see what's in here. More information that's still in there. How to use this sample readme, same thing. And I changed something in here, like adding this copy. For more information on the .NET Core Migration 2.231c, and then there's a link to there. Let's see if that's working. Still works. Explaining all the changes. Go back to the repo in here. That's the big change. Startup CS. Over here. HTTPS policy and MVC are gone. Yeah, come on. I didn't copy anything, so why it's formatting. Come on. Cancel. Oh. Take that out. And then we have to put in, no, that's still in. So we have builder hosting and then the empty line. Then this React development server is still in. Empty line, configuration, dependency injection. Yeah. And then we have to do using extension hosting. Using Microsoft extensions hosting. That's a 3.1 item. Unchanged, unchanged, unchanged. Then we have to delete the add MVC part, because that's not valid anymore. Change it over to services. Add controllers with views. Add controllers with views. Are you ever going to try to build a single page application in Microsoft Teams? Yes, I'm going to do that sometime. Because I'm quite interested in what you can do in Teams. With Teams, It's basically the same thing with enterprises. If you're running it in an enterprise, you're locked down on adding these things. But for personal use, I think it's you can do some playing around. Add razor pages. Oh, razor pages. There we are. Add static files. That's still in there, I think. And then all the way down to the configure part. Here, this is changed in 3.1. That's I web host environment. I web host environment. Yeah. Go all the way to the routing. We have to remove the use MVC routes. This is gone. And replaced by app use routing. App use routing. Yeah, the lockdown of company stuff is terrible. Then this is changed into app use endpoints. Use endpoints. So this is significant change compared to 2.2. Use endpoints. Endpoints. Fat arrow. Like this. And this is changed into endpoints map controller route. Then we have the name default, and that's the template part is gone. This is replaced by pattern part. Apparently they did some renaming there. And the controller is home. So this one can go. That should fix it. And then one extra line endpoint. 3.1 was released in November, I think. We already planning for .NET Core 5 next November. So within a half year they are moving it over to .NET Core 5 already. And .NET Core 5 is the one what incorporates all the .NET Core items like Xamarin, the previous .NET environment and .NET Core environment. So it's all in one package. And then slowly, my guess is that they will phase out the Xamarin naming. But next year, .NET 6 is planned, and that should be the long time support version. Web Razor pages. Web Razor pages. I think this must be it. So now, if all goes right, we can create an extension, an add-in, and point it to this project. So let's close this. Save it all. It's the solution again. Let's make this let's check what I did with the previous one. I don't think I changed that. TypeScript. Where's the solution in here? Oh, it's it didn't have a solution in here, so it's adding the solution file. Yeah, sure. JavaScript, let's do that. So now I have a solution in there that I'm actually not going to use. Let's go to the folder in there and command. JavaScript item in here. Let's do code. This is something that I really have to get used to. That was for web development. I think code is much more suitable. So let's try again. npm start. Let's see. Oh, what's going on? You have to. I fall for this every time. You have to go to the client app and do it there. npm start. What? npm. Stupid. Typing is not my strong part. Let's make this full size and close all the other ones. There you are, and we have a 3.1 add-in right now. So the next thing will be creating a new add-in. And bring in the... I haven't been looking at the Outlook APIs that much, because that's something different than building add-ins for Word and Excel. But I have been looking at it a little bit, because it's also my part of interest. So now let's go to Fish Studio and create a new add-in. According to the specifications of, some instructions, I think. Create a new project. I said create a new project, but it's not working. Ah, there it is. We are building an Excel web add-in. Here it goes. Next. Where will we build one? Let's make that see data projects and call this Excel add-in 2020. What's the date today? 05/14, I think. 14. Yeah. And here you see this add-in creates a target for .NET Framework 4.7.2, but that's actually what we are going to override. But there is not yet a template available for the .NET Core environment. Well, the difference with the Outlook APIs is that you have to do all things in context of like a new message container, or if you open a new message, or you create an appointment or something like that. These are all different things, and that's never in the context of a document or a worksheet like that. PowerPoint would be a little bit more suitable to do the same thing as Office, Word, and Excel add-ins. Create new functionalities. Yes, so will be a task pane. You can create add-ins that are new embeddable. This is in the sheet itself, but I'm going to build a task pane for it. So we're building now a new Office add-in from the VisStudio template, and that's building an add-in based on .NET Framework 4.72, but we are going to move it over to the project that we just transferred into .NET Core 3.1. There we are, getting close. This is the interesting part, because you now want to see that it actually works. Web publish activity window, not that interesting. So now you see we have this this the web project, but this is based on .NET Core and not .NET Core, .NET Framework 4 something, the big one. So what we now need to do is add a new project in here. Add existing project. And we have to pick the project that's actually created in here. Copy and paste. So it's pointing to the project that we just moved over to VisStudio, no, not VisStudio, .NET Core 3.1. Just you see that it's changed 10:18 p.m. That might be right. Open this. This will bring in another web project like this. Then the best thing would be to build this and see if that's still building. Output. Build succeeded, apparently. So that's a good sign. Then we have to change over the web project. If you go to the add-in itself, that's now pointing to the 2025-14 web. That's the one created here. We have to move that over to the one that we just created. If you select this, you can actually select it from the drop-down. Associate the ASP.NET Core JavaScript with the Office add-in project. Yes, that's what we want to do. Now you notice it's switching it over to the other one, to this one. And what we now need to do is go into the manifest that comes with it, get the ID, copy, and bring it into the manifest file in here somewhere. Where is the manifest file? That's this one, I think. Let's, for security, let's keep a track of this one, because I have to put that back in before we push it to GitHub. I have to go pick my car up, and it was nice talking to you. Yeah, it was nice talking to you also, and I hope to see you again. And it was good having some interaction with you. Now I forgot, this is the, what was the original one? This is the new one, copy. That's the new one. copy that out. Notepad. And push this between the ID. Okay. Now replace all of this, copy into the manifest of the add-in. Save it all. Now I should be able to remove this one as well. Is there a delete, remove? Yeah. Let's run F5 and see if we can get this add-in to run. Should now kick in Excel. First, it starts the web browser, the server, so to say. Now you see I get an add-in in here, and it's not ready to load yet because we have to see that this one kicks in. Still loading. If we got a thing running, then we can push the button on in Excel. And if that's the case, then we are done with migrating the thing from 2.2 to 3.1. There you are. The add-in is running. So now go to Excel and actually push the button, the task pane, and see if it's running. It's a little bit slow running the Office.js things. Not sure if that's related to .NET Core, that they need to optimize things there. Come on, let's do it. There you go, loading. Yes, yes, yes. Crickets. And there you are. Discover what Office.NET Core 3.1 add-ins can do for you today. And now let's select an arrange in here and run it. And it's yellow. We have a winner. Yes. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. So it's actually working. We have 3.1 .NET Core add-in. Close this. Don't save. So now we have to prepare the pull request for the next part. So let's see what we can do more than this. Let's close this. Because now I have to bring back the ID into the application. Is this the JavaScript one? Yes. Let's have a look at this. Where's the manifest? In here. Bring back the ID. Copy. Paste. So now we're back to the original one. So let's quickly go over the items in here before we can create a pull request for this. React DOM. That's a newer version. Why wasn't it updated by me? Let's see. Is there more than this? This one, Bootstrap. Let's check what did I do with the pull request. Pull request. Let's see. Go there. Go to the add-ins, go to the samples, see the pull request in there. This one. Look at the contents for this. Bootstrap, React Bootstrap. One. That's one in there. This. Okay. And what versions do we have else in there? This is all okay. All the latest versions. No, this one. It was complaining about the 7.0. Let's try one more time. We make this 7. And terminate job, yes. npm install. Git ignore should ignore the solution, I think. That's the solution. That's untracked, but I also don't want to put it in. It's not really a problem to incorporate the solution. That's a user thingy. Okay, let's see. Did this actually work or not? Requires pair of 5.0. None is installed. All complaining about the 6 version. Skipping optional dependency. This is for the for the Mac stuff, I think. npm audit fix. Or npm audit for details. Have to look at the audit for details then. Zero fixes. npm audit. Prototype pollution. That's a dependency of scripts. The other one, this is high denial service. Also dependency React scripts. Go to the advisory. Come on, click. Open. No fix currently available. Consider using an alternative package. Yeah, but that's... What's the package in here? All versions of HTTP proxy are vulnerable denial service. Okay. And there's no fix. No patch available. Okay. And when is this initialized? 14 May. So that's just a couple of days ago. That's today. Okay. Oh, we don't have a fix for that yet. The other one. Yark Sparser. Upgrade versions 13, 15, 18 or later. But it's a dependency of something. Also from React scripts. When was this reported? May the 1st. This is a low risk, so yeah. I think we have to keep this in for now. Close this. Is it actually running? Because that's much more important. npm start. That's an issue, and that's the reason for ESLint. So we have to bring that back to the previous version. Where is it? ESLint. Here. 680. And this is the same thing. It's dependent from, if you would like to ignore this check, skip pre-flight check. Okay. Yep. So let's npm start. No, let's first install the older version. everything else is up to the latest version. Two vulnerabilities, but there are no fixes available yet for React scripts. npm start. Let's see if it works. I think it worked. Yeah, might work. Go back in here and have a look at the PnP-OfficeAddins and go to the samples. We have the React add-in samples. There's some text that we need to fix. (16.3) preview 3 or newer and the following workloads and optional components ASP.NET. This is for the template in Visual Studio. If you're using Visual Studio 2019 update 3, Windows version 1903, there's a known issue. ASP.NET Core web project must be on the same local drive. Fill out this form and let us know your experience with this sample. Let's see what's in the form. How would you like to recommend this sample to a colleague? I would recommend it highly. Would you use the sample instead of current add-in samples in Visual Studio? Yes. To get rid of the 4.7 version of .NET and be able to move to .NET Core. Desperately needs to be updated to .NET Core 3.1, but luckily I noticed someone added a pull request doing all the work to move it to .NET Core 3.1. So please merge the pull request into the Microsoft repo. Let's submit. Thanks. Not asking for my name. Let's go back in here. .NET Core React. So we have to go to this folder in here, samples, core React add-ins, and then we have to update this README as well. In the meantime, let me see if the add-in was running. It was. It's need some updating there, by the way. Doesn't look that fancy, if you ask me. Close. Ctrl C, terminate the job. Yes, we have a hero list item that's never used. True. So now let's close this. And go one level up. Go in here, core command, code, dot, open the readme. Let's check everything in here. Require assets to build and debug. I'm missing blah, blah. No, not now. ASP.NET Core. I wonder if that's the right way to express ASP.NET Core. Goggle. It's good that Goggle fixes it by themselves. What's this? Nice backgrounds. Not something that I was looking for. ASP.NET Core. Let's see how they name it on the Microsoft side. They call it ASP.NET Core. No. ASP.NET Core, like this. So this should be ASP.NET Core, no space. React.js and Office UI Fabric, Office UI Fabric React sample, task pane, web project for Office Studio 2019. The sample shows you how to add Office UI Fabric React to an Excel web add-in project in Office Studio 2019. You can build a great cross-platform UI using the style and controls of UI Fabric React. This sample uses React.js, Office UI Fabric React, and let's see, the React project template with ASP.NET Core that can be pulled together again. Oh, this one was together. ASP.NET Core React. Let's check if that's still working. Copy. That works. Template is equivalent to creating both ASP.NET Core project and standard create React app CRA React project to act as a UI, but the convenience of hosting both in a single app project that can build and publish as a single unit. To develop an add-in from a template, you can either add a web API to the ASP.NET Core project, or you can develop the project as a single page React add-in. Since the project uses React as a UI, you should not attempt to use UI features of ASP.NET Core. That depends. That would be our next goal. Maybe if we can move it over to Blazor. We'd like to hear about your experience with this sample and ASP.NET Core, Office UI Fabric React, and Office Add-ins. Just submit a new issue in this repo and let us know if you have any questions. Sample web projects. XLTS contains a sample TypeScript web project. Can be used in Office Web Add-in Office Studio. Contains a JavaScript web project. Applies to Office 365. That should be by now, I think, Microsoft 365. First Studio 2019, 63 optional components installed, ASP.NET and web development.NET Node.js, Office SharePoint, .NET Core 2.2 runtime, individual component, Node.js install, blah blah blah. Node Visual Studio can be downloaded from something downloads. Solution. ASP.NET Core. Let's move the space out of there. Office UI Fabric React. Authors. Be Maarten van Stam. That's me. Instructions. Create a new Office web add-in. Start with Studio. Create new project. Type Excel. That's what we did. Excel web. That's what we did. Then choose next. Give the new project a name. Configure new project page. Use the default values for the remaining fields. Create. On choose the add-in type. Select new functionality. Add the ASP space.NET Core to the solution. Download, clone from that's this one. In Visual Studio, right click the solution in Solution Explorer and choose add existing project, add existing project dialog, something blah blah blah. There are two projects, Excel.js, JavaScript or TypeScript. Choose the folder for the language you want to use and then choose the csproj file in the folder. Build the project you just added, right click the project, Solution Explorer. I need to remind me that I take the solution file out of the git ignore, maybe, or just throw out the solution. Select the add-in project and solution. We'll have a name gave project. Press F4 properties. Change the web project to something to the other one. ASP.NET Core. One. Must be on the same local drive. Web add-in in the Solution Explorer. Open the manifest XML. Yes. Copy and save the ID that has the GUID for your project. Copy the contents of the manifest file in the ASP.NET Core project and replace all the contents of the manifest typo file in the web engine project. Something like this with it. Press F5 to debug. npm install should run and install the packages prior to building. Yes. But you may need to watch the output window for errors. If errors occur, please try running npm install from the client app folder. Yes, that's what I run into several times now. Known issues. There's a known issue affect something. I'm not sure what that is. So I ignore that. And the ASP.NET Core web project must be on the same local drive. Manifest project. Property value is not valid when trying to switch to the web project. Fill out this form to let us know your experience with this sample. Let's see if there's a space in there. No. Blah blah blah. Version. May 14, 2020. Upgraded to from .NET Core 2.2 to .NET Core 3.1. Disclaimer code provided as is. Okay. Looks good. Then we have this one. Client app. Where is the app settings? Package.json, this one. Let's see if we have updates in there. 45351 7113 101 520 199 35 98 612 2 6.8. We have to keep that in, otherwise we have the same issue at the JavaScript one. 720 412 392. The rest stays the same, I think. Save. Let's try terminal. See the Excel TypeScript. See the client app. npm install. Some deprecated stuff in there. Probably some security issues as well. No available fixes. If lucky, we can finalize this one and then do all the pull request stuff. And then the challenge is to put it in the same pull request as I already sent out to Microsoft, but now updating it also with the JavaScript version. I have a lot of new followers since the last time. I have Ethan, emoney313, Henk Boelman, thanks for following. Parel Cobra, not sure if that's Dutch, Parel Cobra. DB E89 MUS 1988. DB Tune Beamus and Stills. Couple of followers last week. Started to follow when I was not live streaming. Man, this takes a long time, this installing these versions. Let's already have a look at Tower in here and see what the changes are. It's refreshing now. The pull request that I sent out was, I think, on the samples. If you go to the samples directory, there's the pull request. In there. prettified. Should be prettified something. Let's see, still running, so let's have a look at the changes. Show only the modified items. Still working. 14 changes. This is a TypeScript version. The package JSON is only some version updates in here. That's running now. npm start. Do it, come on. Something's kicking in here. At least it's not complaining, and that's because I didn't change the ESLint version. In the meantime, have a look at this. Core, typo with a manifest, there it is, it's actually running. Good. So close this and close this, close this. Now we need to find a way to add this to the existing pull request. Let's change that. Git ignore. No, it's a TypeScript version. I need the other one. Git ignore. Let's undo this. And take out the solution. Delete. Changes, that's right. Save. So let's close this as well. Usually what I would do is this, go into samples. Is there get something in here? No, I don't think so. Go to Office type. No, the other one. ASP. This one. There's no GitHub repository on this one, but it is on Excel. Yes. Git status. It should show the same things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and some others. Let's show why the libman is in there. Or the other one. See the Excel TypeScript. Git status should show. Oh, really? Yeah, it's with compare of the remote, I think. It's interesting because it's showing the changes for TypeScript as well. This will oh, it's actually showing it from a level higher. The README and then the JavaScript parts. The package, and this is the JavaScript. Contract files. Okay. Question is, why does it need the libman JSON? Not sure. Go to tower, back to tower. So let's use the refresh now and remove the solution part. Let's do it. There it goes. So let's see the changes folder, the README file. That's the changes that we created for updating it. Should be a change in here. Another change. With the requirements. Let me quickly check, because I think there should be changing something else in here. JavaScript, this one. See, this one should be changed. 3.1. I knew I was missing something. No. Save this and close it. Now I should see it here again. Underneath this item. We're running out of water. There it is, changed for .NET Core to 3.1. That's what it all was about. That's a README. Then we have the program. Then we have all these obsolete usings. Not much to use there. Another README. I extended it with the second part. Startup. That was fixed for 3.1. Open source. Components. App.js. Just a space. And something here. Index. Title change. Package version updates. JSON is untracked. This complete folder is not tracked. It's all gray. And then the last one, package, more versions. So now I have to stage it all. There you go, everything staged. This is going to be commit, added updated .NET Core 2.2 to 3.1 for Excel JS sample. Updated to .NET Core 3.3.1 for Excel.js sample. Excel TS was already updated. In previous typing's terrible today. Previous PR also updated some Excel TS version dependencies and updated README. Let's put this aside, so maybe we need to do this also for the pull request. Commit. So this was updated now. I should think. The question is, did it now? This one push. Not a remote. No. I think I want this one on there. Oh. Focus on this. Merge. Merge. Now it's changing the working copy. Let's have a look at this. Status. Still working here. No changes. Okay, now I have to create a pull request. Or maybe update the existing one. Oh wait, so where's tower? This is my local version. I have to put it to this one. That's also my own. So I have to push this. To origin master. Push this. Push head. Now it's done. So if I go to this one, master, there's my update for today. All these items. Now's the question, can I create an updated pull request? Let's have a look at this one. This is my, no, that's not my own. Two commits. So did it now also put in the... Oh, okay. Automatically pulls in, put in the update for today. So did not have to do anything for this. So let's have a look at this one. This is the README. This is all the JavaScript stuff. JavaScript. So this is a separate commit. Okay. Show all changes. So if you look at this, then it shows all the changes, not only the JavaScript ones. JavaScript, and then the previous one. Nice. Yeah, that should be it. This is TypeScript change. So let's go back to the previous page. Pull requests. Update. 2 commits. My water is all gone. Okay, that's it. Sign in. I need to sign in here. Yes. GitHub. Copy. Oh, my monitor is shutting down. Paste. Sign in. I have to verify. Two-factor. GitHub. Zero zero 2 1 3 3. Enter. Edit. That can be removed now. Update comment. Prettier, prettified. Prettified. Is that English? Don't think so, but. TS and JS sample. What was the name of the sample? Oh, edit. Term. Like this. Updated the pull request with sample as well. For this pull request. Read referencing 3.1 now. Okay. That's it for today, gents, peoples, and other persons. Let's wait another month for Microsoft to fix this. To pull in the pull request, and hopefully they will do it a little bit faster than last time. So, let's wrap this up. Close everything. Let's have a look at the history here. History. Yeah. Okay. Let's close this down. All the boxes over here. Don't need that anymore. So, let's get back to the main page. So what we did today was updating not only the TypeScript version of the Excel sample in the Office sample from Microsoft, and moved it all over from .NET 2.2 to .NET Core 3.1, and so this project is now all up to date, and it's just a matter of waiting for getting the pull request pulled in. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. If you liked the session, just hit the follow button or subscribe if you're watching for YouTube, and hit the bell so you get notified if there's a new version of my stream live, and you get to miss nothing. So let's kill the music here and end the show, and see you next time. Bye bye.